Llama, Monks, and Kushida class combination is one of the strongest single target DPS build for the Cleric class at the moment. However, this is also the hardest build to learn, but also executing combos. Now, a while ago, I created an in-depth guide specifically for Monks and Llama classes, and in those two videos, I lay out all the possible mechanics the players should learn before even trying out these two classes. However, if you try to play these two classes together, even if you understand the mechanics and the skill builds, you are going to have a lot of problems. This is because Monk is a continuous bursting DPS class that is heavily depending on the Vibora effects to trigger a special burst damage. This special burst attack has 3 up to 5 second cooldown, which means you have to keep track of the Vibora effects all the time. Meanwhile, Llama is a final damage bursting class that is heavily focused on protecting the physical and damage buff and executing combo for a single target damage burst, which means you have to memorize all the combos and keep your eyes on the glide buff 24/7. So to make it short, there are too many things that is happening at the same time, and it's very difficult to keep track of all the possible buffs and combos. So in these videos, I'm going to break down the most simplified way to play this class combination, which include the skill builds, the combos, and the overall setup that you should pick up if you plan to play this class combination. First thing first is going to be the skill builds. You want to max out the following skills for the base Cleric class, such as Heal, Phase, Guardian Saints, and the rest of skill point into Smite. For Monks, you want to max out Double Punch, Palm Strikes, Golden Bell Shields, Godfinger Flicks, 1 point into 1-inch Punch, and the rest of skill point into Hand Knife. Now, you don't have to get Iron Skin since Llama class provide 100% ability to knockback effects. As for the Llama, this class is a 45 pointer class, so you can pretty much max out every single skills. For Crusader, you want to max out Sacred, Condemn, Chance, Retaliation, and Protection of the Goddess. Now notice that Crusader has like 5 skill point left over. You don't have to invest this skill point, but if you want to, I recommend investing into Holy Smash. This is pretty much the whole skill build for Monks, Llama, and Crusader. However, we can expand it further with extra skill points. Players can obtain extra skill potion from the Magic Association NPC. My personal favorite location is actually in Capital City, since the NPC is located right next to the stair. Now, talking to this NPC will give you 15 extra skill potion in total from level 440 all the way to 490s. I also want to shout out to Miyu for helping me figure out how many skill potion that we should be able to get between those levels. With this, we have 15 extra skill point. You have a few options for your skill build, which include maxing out Hand Knife or 1-inch Punch from the Monk class or the Holy Smash from the Crusader. These two investments will change your playstyle completely. Let me explain why. The normal rotation for Monks, Llama, and Crusader include using normal smites and Godfinger Flicks for the damage boost, 1-inch Punch for the silent effects, and then you want to start stacking up Punch and Kicks combo for the Llama skill. These single target damage combos include 4 kicks plus 2 punch for the sudden kick, 3 kicks and 2 punch for the point kick, and then 3 punch and 1 kick for the strong fist. If you don't remember these combos, you can just type this command in the normal chat. This command will add a message on top of your character, which is extremely helpful to remind you which combo you should activate for the single target damage, just in case K stands for kick, P stands for punch. The reason why you're switching over to the Llama skills instead of continuing using the Monk skills is because Llama skill has a very high cooldowns and high damage output. It is also very effective if you combine Llama sudden kick and point kick with the Sword of Rule relic effects for your Gilded Crown of Thorn, which provide a huge damage bonus set for 4 seconds. Make sure to deactivate relic after 4 seconds, otherwise you're just wasting the relic points. After that, you want to finish the rest of your Llama skill, which include the Strong Fist and Searching Wave. If you somehow manage to get a few reset with Searching Waves, go ahead and use them wherever you can. After using the Llama skills, I recommend using the Golden Bell Shields and then follow up with Double Punch. This 2 skill combination will allow your character to trigger the Monk's Vibora effect twice before finishing up the channel effects from the Double Punch. The reason to this is that Monk's Vibora reduce the cooldowns of Thunder Kick effects from 5 seconds to 3 seconds by activating the Golden Bell Shield, which is very convenient to capitalize the damage output. Now, because every single of your Llama skills are on cooldowns, you can focus on spamming the Monk skills every 3 seconds along with your Crusader skills to maximize your damage output. You can pretty much spam any Monk skills in any rotation. It can be done with 1-inch Punch or Palm Strike, but make sure to use the Godfinger Flicks every time it's up cooldowns so your character can get extra damage boost. For the Crusader skills, I recommend using Condemned, Retaliation, Sacred, and then finish up with Protection of the Goddess. You can pretty much use every single Crusader skills in 3 to 4 seconds and then re-trigger the Monk skill again for the Vibora effects. Now, remember what I told you about the skill builds. You have 3 different options when it comes to investing the 15 extra skill points. you can either max out Hand Knife, 1-inch punch, or Holy Smash. Hand Knife is pretty good if you manage to activate it right away after using Palm Strikes. 1-inch punch is probably the most used skill throughout the Monk's combos because you have to use it in order to silence the boss, which is very convenient by the way because you don't have to use glides every single time to protect Llama physical enhancement buff, and it is already fit into your combos. The third option is Holy Smash, which provides your character an extra chance to trigger the effects of Divine Retribution art. Interestingly, Llama's skill is considered to be fake multi-hit, which means if you trigger Divine Retribution with Llama skills, every single line of damage from the Llama skill would apply into Divine Retribution. To make it short, you will see something as high as 200 million damage cap. So pretty much these are some of the skill builds that you can go for. Otherwise, I do prefer 1-inch punch with extra skill point because I already have way too many items and skills on my hotkey. For the equipments, I recommend using Monks and Llama Vibora Inkers on the weapons and Overload Ray Inkers for the extra damage bonuses on the armors. You definitely want to use two-handed mates with trinkets, since this will provide your character more damage output. Now, equipment like earrings, silk, shoulders, and belts are pretty random, so you will never find what you're looking for. But if you're planning to get some of these equipments, I do recommend getting at least a tier 2 plus 4 and above for the Llama earring, at least a plus 3 border seals, normal belts with accuracy, crit rate, and block penetration, and then the advanced shoulders with crit rate, crit resistant, and crit magic attack. For the skill gem, you definitely want to use all the Llama damage skill gems, Crusader Chance, and Retaliation, and then Monk's Double Punch with Golden Belt shields. Now, because I'm using Magic Clerics, I recommend using random status Inker like in Crit Perfection and Attack against all race on the weapons, and in Con Crit Ray and all race on the armors. I personally use Goldmans for the red card, Zora for the blue card, May for the purple card, and Lucia for the green cards. For the Goddess card, I recommend using Dahlia for the magic setups. For the Legend card, I recommend using Monarchs and Boruta. I also recommend getting Boruta if you have any extra silver to spare. The assister setups will be depending on your character type. For the physical, you definitely want to use Nebulas, Mistress, Biomancers, and Monarchs. For the magic setup, you definitely want to use Morinponia, Mirchus, Ignis, and Helgas. Anyway, that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later!